All right, let's break this one up. All right, now, let's break it up into different parts. So if I just look at this 5, what do you multiply together to get a 5? 5 and 1. What do you multiply together to get x squared? X and x. All right, now if I look at my signs, I'm looking down here. I multiply together to get a positive, so yeah, they both have to be the same. We know that they're both going to be negative because I add together to get me a negative, so minus, minus. And then what do you multiply together to get 2? 2 and 1. All right, so then since this one doesn't have a leading coefficient of 1, I have a 5 there, I need to check it. So 5x times 1x is 5x squared. 5x times negative 1 is negative 5x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 1 is positive 2. All right, so I know that these work. Those always work. And then these two, I got a negative 7x in the middle. Is that what I wanted?
Yep.
Yep, so this is correct. All right, 58. 3x squared plus 54x plus 243. All right, now, do these three terms have anything in common?
3.
Yep, they're all divisible by 3, so I can pull 3 out, leaving me with an x squared plus, how many 3's go into 54? 18. Plus, how many 3's into 243? 81. All right, now that's a little bit easier to work with. That 3 is still going to be out front, but now I could try to factor the rest of this. All right, so what do you multiply together to get an x squared? X and x. All right, so down here I multiply together to get a positive 81. So I know that my signs are going to be the same.
9, 9.
All right, we'll try 9 and 9. If that doesn't work, there are lots of things we can try, like 3 and 27, 1 and 81.
You can just look at it and see.
Yeah. Should be 9 and 9. Yeah, because actually the ones where your leading coefficient is just 1, you can just look at them. Because what do you multiply together to get 81 but adds together to get 18?
9.
9 and 9. And if you like
Is it
to
9?
if you like to rewrite this one so that it's x plus 9 squared, that's okay too. I would take either one of these.
No, we're listening to this tonight. I want to hear
Do it. No balls.
Somebody's going to watch this one. They're going to be like, who's that jerk?
Do it.
Yelling at everyone.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm going to tag it.
Just do it.
I'm going to tag it as random outburst by.
Peer pressure.
MJ's.
All right, now do these three all have something in common? Maybe.
They do.
They are some pretty large numbers.
They have
Maybe a 7? Yeah. I'm looking at this 63. Now, 63 doesn't have too terribly many things that can go into it. Actually, it kind of does have a lot. So 3 and 21, that means that's 7 and 9, and then 1 and 63, right? So I would, if you're looking to shrink these numbers down, probably look at the smallest number and see if you can get anything that they all have in common. So you're telling me 7.
Yeah.
That makes sense. My immediate thought was 3, but I know that that doesn't work because 1 plus 1 plus 2, that's 4, and 3 doesn't go into 4, so 3 does not go into this. Right. You guys know that trick? Yeah, it works for 9s as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
That's pretty cool.
You want to go over some of the tricks so that you can see if things are factorable real fast? All right, let's look at some of the numbers. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Most of these numbers have tricks. There's only a couple of them that don't. Right? How do you know if 2 goes into a number or not? It's even. All right, now 3, if you add up the digits and 3 goes into that number, 3 will go into the big number. So 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is 4. 3 doesn't go in there, so 3 won't go into 112. All right, if I add these up, I would get 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 1. Will 3 go in here?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so add digits.
Wait,
I knew that.
are you sure?
That's
Yes, I'm sure.
I don't know.
It
Because
does.
3 goes into 12, so why wouldn't it go into 112?
Because 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Right. Well, think about it. 3 goes into 12, right? But that would leave you left over with 100. Does 3 go into 100? Not evenly. So it won't work. Right. But that's the principle behind 4. 4 has a trick. Right? 4, you look at the last 2 digits. If 4 goes into that number, 4 will go into your big number. And that makes sense because then you're looking at hundreds, and 4 goes into 100. So that 4 goes into 12, so 4 will go into 112. All right, if I look at 168, will 4 go into 68?
No.
Yes.
Yep. 4 goes into 64 for sure, and it goes into 68 is 4 more, so I know that that one will work. So 4 will go into here as well. So this is the last 2 digits. All right, everybody knows 5.
Ends in a 5 or 0.
Yep. All right, now 6. 6 kind of has a trick. If 2 and 3 go into it, 6 will go into it. But if it's just one or the other, 6 won't. So it has to be even, and the digits have to add up so that 3 goes into it. All right, so this one is 2 and 3. 7 doesn't have a trick. 8 has a fake one. Right? You don't always have to test for 8. Right? If 4 goes into the number, then it's worth your time to test for 8. But if 4 won't go into the number, 8 won't go into the number. Right? So that can save you some time.
Choose number 4.
Right. So test 4. If 4 is a go, then it's worth your time to see divide 8 into it and see if 8 works.
So what's
If 4 doesn't work, neither will 8. So for the trick for this one, I'll put check 4 first.
What is the trick after 4?
If 4 works, try 8. If 4 doesn't work, don't bother with 8. 8 won't work. So that's kind of a fake trick. 9 is the same as 3. Add the digits. If 9 goes into it, 9 will go into your big number. And 10 ends in a 0.
So what about 7?
7 doesn't have one. That's one that you're just going to have to check. Unfortunately, this one was a 7. Right? But the other ones, if you checked all of those actually go pretty fast. So if you're still looking to pull something out, 7 is your last resort. You're just going to have to divide it.
7's supposed to be low.
Okay. Now, 7 does work on this one, though. So if I pull out a 7, how many 7s are there in 112? 8? No, there's more than 8. 18?
16.
16?
Oh, yeah, 16.
I don't know.
That's the end product. It's 7,
Okay,
8, 8.
16 then.
Answer, sorry.
All right, how many 7s are there in 168?
Well, 24.
24?
Yeah.
And how many 7s in 63?
9.
9.
That's wrong.
Okay, so now we want to try to factor this thing. All right, so what can you multiply together to get 16?
8,
8 and 2?
61.
4 and 4? And 16 and 1. All right, so what I usually do is I work my way out. So I take the 2 numbers that are the closest together, try those first, and then, so if 4 and 4, it doesn't get any closer than that. So if those don't work, then I'll go 8 and 2. And if those don't work, then I'll go 16 and 1. Okay? So let's try that. So if I'm looking at this, 4 and 4, how about a squared? A and A. And then my positive 9, that means the signs are the same. Same what? Negative. Multiply together to get 9.
3.
If that doesn't work, okay. So I got a plan. And we want to check this, so I get 16a squared minus 12a minus 12a plus 9. In the middle, what did I get?
Negative 24.
Okay, so you can give me this as an answer, but because both of those parentheses were the same, if you want to write it as 4a minus 3 squared, that's okay too. Those are the same thing. $62. Okay, this one's not so bad. 6t squared minus 36t. All right, do these two terms have anything in common?
Yes, sir.
What? Sixes? Anything else?
T.
T's. So I can undistribute out a 6t. Right, so 6t times what will get you 6t squared? And 6t times what will get you negative 36t?
6.
Negative 6.
Negative 6.
Can I factor this anymore?
No.
No, this is done.
The answer.
And 64? 2d squared plus 12d minus 16. Do these three terms have anything in common?
Yes.
Yes, what?
They go into 2.
Okay, so I can undistribute that out, leaving me with a d squared plus 6d minus
8.
8. All right, now I want to try to factor that.
Wait, that was the answer.
It could be, but I still want to try to factor it.
Okay.
All right, so D squared is D and D. All right, and then all the way down here, I get a negative 8, so plus, minus. What do you multiply together to get 8? 2 and 4, 4 and 2, so 2 and 4. Let's see, if I test that one, I'm going to get D squared minus 4D plus 2D minus 8. So in the middle, I'd get a negative 2D. Is that what I wanted?
C. No.
No.
6.
Okay, so that didn't work.
Switch it.
All right, switch these. So what did I just do? This should be 4 and 2.
No, just did that.
Okay,
Plus 4 minus 2.
okay.
Sorry, not to be the band
4, 2. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to get D squared minus 2D plus 4D minus 8. So what's that get me?
Nothing.
2D, is that what I wanted?
Oh.
No. All right, so that didn't work.
81.
Well, switching them in the order is like switching the signs because the two leading ones are the same.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make a difference. But 4 and 2 didn't work, so what's my other option? 8 and 1. All right, so if I go D squared minus D plus 8D minus 8, what do I get in the middle?
7D.
Ooh, that's close. That didn't work.
Gee,
You kidding me?
1 and 8.
It's not fat. Oh, yeah, it is.
1 and 8. D squared minus 8D plus D minus 8. In the middle, I get a negative 7D.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what else goes into 8?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, well, what's that tell you then?
Now
This is as good as it gets.
crappy.
The best that we could do is just pull out a 2. Nothing else factored. But we had to try.
That's all that counts. Put that in.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, pretty good with factoring now. Kind of refresh your memory there from Algebra 1.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Just nurturing